You asked us about care in the United States. We're not representing any specific collective in this message, but are two individuals who have been involved in many across the city of Minneapolis. We want to share with you some scattered reflections about care work accumulated over the years, accompanied by images of places that have hosted this work, either with support or hostility. Minneapolis has a reputation of being an exception to the well-known awful state of the USA's social support system. If that's true, then it only demonstrates how dire the situation really is. For here, we never have enough time to tend to our wounds, even when the state has supposedly optimized the social provision of care. Time is qualified. Temporality is a condition of human experience, but it's not uniform nor shared. All aspects of modern life have their own time, their own temporal rhythm. Of these variegated rhythms, money commands the most freedom of mobility. It can be traded here or there. It can appear in great quantities in one account before immediately disappearing offshore. Money is pure speed, unfettered movement. Beyond all contingencies, specificities, and accidents, good care, on the other hand, has two basic existential conditions: adequate time and space. In the United States, these conditions appear in everyday life as a matter of property. One either has or doesn't have time. Such expressions speak to the degree to which the time of finance dominates the temporality of care. For all this expression says is that money is freedom itself, and we either own the means to this freedom or lie fallow and waste away. Here, the speed of the street and the walkway, the entire realm of the public, where public does not at all mean common, is the speed of money, and it is too fast. The common lot of the caregiver is to struggle against the fatalism of an exchange economy, since the space needed does not just exist, lying in wait to be used. In the divergences, where the flow meets the dam, the capacity to nurture takes shelter in rifts in the ceaseless forward movement. The force of a single stoppage, a pandemic, or a sustained barricade has cascading effects. Uprising, food distribution in every neighborhood, teacher strike. Even in HCMC, the bustling central hospital of downtown Minneapolis, where care is reduced to interchangeable tabulation, where the work of mending means joining a mass winding its way through the labyrinth of doors and cubicles, where the rate of the use of force is the highest in the entire country, where they train police officers on how to adopt medical language to excuse murder, nurses felt the shockwave of no. A small group turned against the medical coercion the institution adopted as a permanent emergency measure of an always too small care team to manage an always too large clientele. These nurses said, no more apologies for police violence, despite the risk to their jobs and social cohesion. If care is inherently situated, then there's something utopian about money. That is, it has no real place where it belongs, such that it can be anywhere at any time. To care is to take refuge in the spaces awaiting capitalization. It means to act swiftly and make something worth defending while you have the time. We build gardens and lots before they become condos. We fail, reflect, start again. Care collectives take space wherever they find it, in parks or rec centers. The Hearing Voices Network gathers every week in the back room of a sympathetic church to share stories, tips, and support across the hall from Southside Harm Reduction, which distributes Narcan and HIV tests. It took the Earth billions of years to divert the rivers onto their current paths. It took hundreds, sometimes thousands, for the trees to grow. It took my hand over a week to lay fresh skin over the knife wound on my thumb I got while I was cooking. The time of mending is geologic and fractures like the cracks in the earth. We meet each other where we can, around fires, at the school walkout, at the picket line. We feed each other with whatever we have. We nurture each other when we find the time.